So today I'm going to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness of self and forgiveness of others. I'll see you after the intro. So greetings, welcome back. My name is Jay. I'm from Karnak Holistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. So right now I'm just getting over a head cold, and it's been one of the most kind of chilled times, I could say. I know you're gonna think, really? Chill times, because it gave me the space to just be and really reflect on a lot of things. And within that time, I was able to get a lot of things sorted out, but still carry on making things happen. So today, as I mentioned, I'm going to speak about forgiveness and what forgiveness is: forgiveness of self and forgiveness of others. And why, if we don't learn to forgive others, and we don't learn definitely to forgive ourselves, why we can be stuck and be in this chasm and this valley for the living amount of time. We can be stuck there for such a long time, and because we get stuck with the ego. When we refuse to see what the truth is, and when we realize what the truth is, and we kind of let it go from the essence of forgiveness and the power within forgiveness of others and what they've done to you, releases you from this dark place that you are in at that present time. Because as we are changing and we are learning and we've gone through a dark place because of what people may have said or what people may have done, we all must learn to do the art of forgiveness. It's not necessarily say because you forgive them, you can go and hang out with them again. It's a matter of you not holding on to that karma. Because when you hold on to that karma and you want to go and do it in your own strength, it holds you back. It weighs you down even more, and it doesn't help with what you want to achieve in your life, especially if you're on the journey or the path of finding your own inner power and you want to enlighten yourself. So as we go on and let people say what they're going to say about you. Let them say their bits and pieces about you. Long as you know it's not true, let it go. Forgive them. You know, so when Jesus was hanging on the cross, after whipping him, beating him, stabbing him, humiliating him, spitting at him, dragging him, all these things, they're nailing him to the cross. He says, he looks at and then he gets put next to two sinners, two criminals actually. And he says, he looks up to the sky and talks to God and says, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they have done. That is the greatest forgiveness you can get, I feel, in his terminology. And over time, you will learn to understand what forgiveness is about. It's not that you're weak. In fact, it's that you're very powerful. Because it is true to say that when you forgive, you release that toxic energy that bounds you to that anger, what people have said about you or what they're doing to you. And when you release that and you go, you know what? I forgive you, and whatever, I'm moving on. Things shift. I've been, you know what, for the last month or so, I've been in the state of forgiveness, going through stuff which people have done, what I've done, and being forgiving other people and forgiving myself. Sometimes reacting in certain ways to what people have done, and even forgive myself for not reacting the way I should have when people have done things to me in the past. So I've learned to do self-forgiveness. I remember speaking to one of my students, or a good friend of mine, and I said to her, you're waiting for something to change, and you're stuck in this pit of lies and unsurety. You want to grow and reach enlightenment, or you want to make that step forward and see all the magical things that you've done in the past and what you've achieved in the past. But where is the forgiveness? Where is the forgiveness that you haven't been focusing because your mind's been elsewhere? Where is your forgiveness that you weren't there for your guides and the people that you're working with? Where is the forgiveness of when the Creator has called you, but you were more focused on human things than opposed to your calling? And again, we're all human. We're all spiritual beings having a human existence. And over time, we learn to grow, and through growing, we learn to show other people what the power is. And they're going to go to you, how the hell did you achieve all this in such a short space of time? And you're going to go, you know what? I just let it go. I just forgave and moved on. And I have to emphasize, right? It's not you failing. Don't think you're failing because you're forgiving somebody. You're forgiving the action. You're not forgiving the result. You're forgiving the act. You just want to let go of the action, how you're feeling. You want to release that out there. You want to get rid of that burning energy that is in you, which is that dark matter that is stuck to you, which somebody's done to you. Especially if you haven't done anything wrong and they have done something to you which you haven't done, and you have only trying to be there and give them the much light and love and guidance as possible. Because you will see how people will eventually walk away as you start elevating, moving forward. And those that say they're always going to be there and support you and love you and guide you and call you, say that they're family, they will walk. They will walk. But that's fine. Don't worry. Do not worry. Forgive them. Us, the collective, I honestly want you to know that we do see these things happening. We do see how people are acting. We do see when they get stuck in this pit of austerity and negative, and they think that what they're doing is right because they are there in a moment of darkness, if you want to call it that. But when you need them is when you're coming out of the valley. When you need them to be with you when you are celebrating. You want them around you to show that you are something special. You know what? For years, I've hated me. I've hated myself. I've hated my looks. I've hated my build. I've hated the way my torso is. I just hated everything about it. And people around, maybe one person, made me feel that I was shit. I was just useless when it came to that. And, you know, that's my stuff. And I can't blame people for the way I am. Because the way I am is the way I am, what I've created. And allowing myself to place the blame on people is just stupid. And I forgive myself for that. And I forgive myself for being arrogant, for being egotistical, for being self-obsessed, for focusing upon external than opposed to internal. I forgive myself for not being that energy when people need me, because I've been so focused on austerity and growth and achieving success, and I've not been there as a beacon of light to help others because that's my calling. I forgive myself because I've not given my art, my craft, the 110% that I should have been given it, and I think this is why I've become ill. And I forgive myself, and I'm releasing this dark energy to the light to say, I'm sorry, and I'm trying to forgive myself to let the next phase of my life move forward and be prepared to impact on a bigger scale. Because if I don't learn to forgive others and forgive myself and to let go and understand why, if I don't learn to understand the why, I will forever be running around on that rat wheel, just spinning around and round and round and round and not learning anything. And I remember doing a reading for someone, and they said that it's my fault, their fault. They said to me, it's my fault that they could not give that person that they were with, and they feel they drove them away. And I goes, you know what? You are not to blame for what other people's choices. There's been people that stay with each other for years, and then even though they're treating them like crap. But you need to forgive yourself, because if you don't forgive yourself, you're going to be stuck in that valley. And I said to him, bruv, you need to learn to forgive yourself. And you need to learn to forgive her for not being there for you. You know, and you need to stop blaming yourself and blaming her and blaming the situations. You need to let it go. You need to move forward. You need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive people around you. You know, I spent years and years and years of my youth blaming my parents for the way I am, you know, because I never got the attention that I should have, been the youngest of 5. And no matter how much I called out, I don't feel I had the attention or then I never felt I had the love. But in reality, I did. They loved me more than I think they even knew. And looking at it as a father and a grandfather now, I see that love, it would just automatically go there. Just things my parents would say to me. So I forgive my parents, and I'm sorry to them, and I forgive myself for being that way. And in some ways, it wasn't their fault. So I'm forgiving myself for having that shame. I'm forgiving myself for being who I really am. You know, because there is no shame in who I am. You should have no shame in who you are. If people don't like it, then they should just move on. Learn to forgive people. Because if you don't learn to forgive people, you will never, never, never move forward. You will always be stuck in that zone, and you'll be stuck in that valley, and nothing will be happening for you. So what I want to just say is I'm going to end it there. And I hope that's helped somewhere down the line. I know it's really short, but it's something, it's been on my mind, not plaguing me. It's been on my mind for a while. And I want to share this with you guys. And one more thing I want to say, seek and you will find, and you are not alone. Namaste.